All right, this week we're going to do a segment on grower programming as it relates to the farmer. So I did my best to record all the different reps and get them to explain their programming, how they'd explain it to a farmer. It wasn't always possible to have a really good display in the background because I caught a lot of them at Ag Expo. So I will put links down below where you can go to the websites such as this one from FMC, and you can see how all the grower offers work right on the website.
I'm Brian O'Hara with FMC Agricultural Solutions. I'm here to talk to you about our 2020 grower program. So something new for us this year, we lowered the base qualifier for our program to $5,000, which should make it super easy to qualify. You can see it's broken into 4 different categories based on MSRP. So 5 to 30, 30 to 50,000, 50 to 75, and then 75,000 and above. It's then split between pre-herbicides and post-herbicides. So on the pre-herbicides, you can save up to 2 to 8% on brands like Authority, Focus, our brand new one in Truvix. And then the post-herbicides, you can save 6 to 15% on Barricade, Travalis, any of the Precision Pack blends, the cross-spectrum blends. Also, for this year, if you go up and sign up on our website, fmcgrowerconnect.ca, you will get an additional $100 on your rebate check. We've also launched our Ace Your Burnout for 2020 program. The goal here is resistance management. So if you combine AIM with any of the Express brands that you're currently using, Express SG, Express Pro, Express FX, you're adding in a group 14 for resistance management. So you still get the good systemic activity, but you also get that contact and faster burn down that the Carpenter Zone provides. So when you match those, you'll save $250 an acre. Also new for this year, we're launching Command Charge. So you can use Command 360 ME plus AIM to essentially make your own Command Charge, and you'll save $5 an acre.
Hello everyone, I'm Brent, your Lethbridge Territory Manager for Corteva. I'm going to talk to you today about our 2020 Flex Rewards. So last year we introduced our Flex Rewards to the industry. Going to continue on with it for this year. So first part of our program, there's a 5,000 to 25,000 tier. And we can go to their second tier, which is 25 to 100, or 300 acres of seed will automatically bump you to our second tier. Then our third tier is 100,000 plus in total sales from us. SRP, these are all based off of, or 800 acres of seed, and you'll automatically get bumped to here. Second part of our program is categories. So you need to do minimum 2 categories, so grass and broadleaf, for example. 3, if you add a pre-seed product with your grass and broadleaf, it'll get you to your 3rd category, and then you do Corteva seed, either Brevant or Pioneer, will get your 4th category, for example. And your savings will go from 3 to up 3% to the second to 3 categories, and then from the 3 categories to 4, you'll get a 4% bump. As far as tiers, the 1, 2, and 3 is a 1% boost, so spend a little bit more, you get a little bit extra savings, but most of it's on the categories, and we're just trying to really reward growers that support us, so we want to support the growers that support us. Next part, any seed grower will get a 1% boost in our program, so they get an additional 1% savings. Early book, we have that's March 15th, same as we've always had, no changes there, so you get another 3% savings with the early book discount. And then if you purchase your product by April 30th, you'll get another 2% on your offer. In terms of dollars per an acre, so if you're doing Simplicity Octane or Avenza, for example, on your barley, you'll get a little over $5 an acre savings. And if you do some Corex as well, you'll get another little over $1 an acre savings on that. The category options for us are pre-seed, grass and broadleaf, so Simplicity and Octane, for example, or you can do our cross-spectrum products like Avenza for your barley and get 2 categories. So we do not penalize the grower for going from grass and broadleaf to a cross-spectrum, because you have both your grass and broadleaf in those cross-spectrum products. Fungicides is our next category, and then canola and corn herbicides would be our last category that are paid on. We also have our bonus seed category, so we don't pay on the seed category, but we will count it towards a category. So if you're doing your pre-seed, your grass, your broadleaf, and then pair it with your Pioneer or Brevant seed, you'll get 4 categories in that situation. Dollar builder, so for example our glyphosate VP480, where that kind of kicks in is if you are doing $24,000 in sale or purchases from us, and go probably another $2,000 with the VP480 to help you bump to that second tier. So that's where those play a role at. With ours program, no matching acres requirement, so you can do 1,000 acres of Octane, 1,000 acres of Simplicity, and then do 500 acres of Pixero broadleaf, and you get on all your acres. There's no matching acres, just a minimum of 300 acres each category to qualify for those categories. So next part of our program, so we are a little bit flexible in our program too, in that say you book 1,000 acres of Octane, you get in field and you realize you have a thistle problem, you can switch out through for Prestige. So say you have 300 acres of thistles you have a problem with, you can switch that Octane out for Prestige. So you can interchange within that program, that category, and still get your early book discount as well. The last thing with us is we're launching our new Lumavia insecticide seed treatment. You can get a 30% discount on your Lumavia seed treatment if you pair with matching acres of a grass and broadleaf, so Simplicity and Octane, or a cross-spectrum product. So if you do Avenza, that counts as a grass and broadleaf, you'll get a 30% discount on your Lumavia. Lumavia will be limited this year. This is our new insecticide seed treatment for wireworms, cutworms, armyworms, and pea leaf weevil. So it will be limited this year, and just if you pair with your grass and broadleaf, you will get a 30% discount with that product. And that is all for the Corteva Flexor Awards this year.
All right, and here's Jason from New Farm to explain his farmer programming for 2020.
New Farm's happy to be a part of the Mix It Up Rewards with Bayer Crop Science for the 2020 growing season. Basically what that means is if you are a Roundup Ready canola grower, any variety of Roundup Ready canola, you can qualify for $1 an acre off of Blackhawk, Goldwing, and Conquer, or $2 an acre off of Valterra and Fierce. And it's up to double your Roundup Ready canola acres. So for example, if you grew 640 acres of Roundup Ready canola, you could get up to 1,280 acres off of those with the discount off of those products.
Perfect, thank you. All right, I'm here with Garrett from Bayer today, so he's going to explain the Bayer Value Programming.
Right on, thanks Lyle. So the Bayer Value 2020 program from Bayer Crop Science looks very similar to what it's looked like in the past. There's a few minor changes, but it is a segment-based selling program, so based on our seed growth segments, so Raxel and Trilex. Based on our herbicide segment, so multiple herbicides, so we've got Puma, Buckdrill, Thumper, Luxor, Varro, Velocity, Infinity, Infinity FX, Olympus. So as you can see, we have lots of herbicides to play with. And then our fungicide segment, so that's where we really take charge with the Delaro, Proline, Folicure, and Prezero XTR. So each of these segments, as you use more of them, so it's 300 acre minimums, as you use more of them, you get increased savings, so 5%, and then up to 10%, and then up to 15%. Also, in addition to that, we have a base program here where 600 acres of seed treatment gets you into the program, or 300 acres of our seed, DeKalb seed or Roundup Ready technology. And coming up right away, March 13th, 2020, we have a deadline for the incredible Bayer offer. There you go. So increments of 1,000 acres of Bayer products. It doesn't have to Bayer herbicide, so it does not have to be a 1,000 acre container, but it can be 300 acres of Varro and 700 acres of Infinity gets you to 1,000 acres, which gives you $1 an acre off your herbicides from Bayer Crop Science. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Garrett. All right, I'm here with Danny from BSF, so he's going to explain the grower programming for 2020.
Okay, thanks, Lyle. So our program for 2020 is fairly similar as it was in 2019. We've lowered the segments. We've gone from 4 segments down to 3 segments. A lot of our programming is still tied in heavily with the Invigor sales. So in order to really maximize on the grower programming, 300 acres minimum of Invigor sales is probably key to max it out on the program. So segment 1 is the crop establishment segment, segment 2 is the herbicide segment, and segment 3 is the fungicide segment. So as you can see here, Invigor rewards you fairly heavily on the 12% on our seed treatment portions for the cereal, 5% on the pulse seed treatment, and 2% on the nodulator brand inoculants. Then if you purchase from 300 acres of a product from each segment. As soon as you purchase from 3 segments, that rebate goes to 7%. If you purchase from 2 of the segments, it's a 3%. And then the qualifier nodulator is not rebated quite so heavily, but it's a qualifier to maximize your savings on the crop establishment. So as soon as you buy 300 acres of nodulator, you're going to add another 2% to the seed treatment portion of your purchases.
Yep.
On the herbicide segment, this year we've put heat into the program. So there's an automatic 5% rebate on the heat, and then heat also acts as a qualifier. So a 300 acre purchase of heat is a qualifier for another 2% on any of your herbicides purchased through our program. And then the fungicides are pretty self-explanatory. We didn't separate cereal, pulse, and canola fungicides this year. They're all under the one segment. So 300 acres of vigor is a 5% there. Purchase from the 3 segments is 7%. If you purchase from 2 segments, it's a 3%. So, and then there's also just the extra 2% on the fungicide. So these are your maxes here, Lyle, that you'll shake out at. So Ensure cereal, you can be at 22%. Ensure pulse, 15%. Nodulator, 10%. And then we have the heat. You can get up to 6%, 15% on your chemistries, on the herbicides, and 15% on the fungicides.
Yep.
So there's an extra 1% tied into here for any purchases that are over 250,000 SRP.
Yep, good. So significant savings for the farmer.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Lyle.
Yep. All right, I finally got the Syngenta rep cornered, so now he can tell me about the Syngenta programming. Alright, I'm here at Ag Expo and I've got Brant from Syngenta cornered and he's going to explain the 2020 Partner Program.
Thanks for having me, Lyle. The 2020 Partner Program, we're kind of made up of 2 main portions, that being the Portfolio Award as well as the Purchase Volume Award. Now, within the Portfolio Award, which comes down to 3 subcategories, being made up of seed care, herbicides, and fungicides. Now, familiar with our program from last year, we went from $1 per acre to a percentage now being 5% now if you match 2 categories and 10% if you match all 3 categories. Now, with the addition of Miravis Ace, our Fusarium head blight product in wheat, and Miravis Neo, our foliar pulse fungicide, our new foliar pulse fungicide, we think there's a lot more opportunity for guys to start matching all 3 categories. The last part of our reward program comes down to purchase volume, which is made up of just 3 different segments that you can make up to 6.5% back if you're including preferred status.
Awesome. Thanks, Brant.
Thanks.
And I forgot to interview Valerie from Gowan while she was at Ag Expo, but I'll just show their program here really quick. It's pretty simple. So Gowan Canada has a buy 2, get your $1 back program. So if you buy 2 units of Edge, which is no longer in small bags, just the mini bulk bags, buy 2 units, get $280 back. And with Avadex or Fortress, you buy 2 units, you get $80 back. So that's how that program works.
Hi, Craig Olson here with Adama. Good to see everybody out here at Ag Expo today. We're here to talk about grower programs. We don't have any grower programs, but come into AgroPlus and we'll give you a good deal right off the bat.
Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.